In this excursion, I would like to present my ideas for a unique identifier of a DCC. What is necessary? What are the necessary conditions to be fulfilled? ISO EC 70025 requires a unique identifier or a unique unambiguous mark for a calibration certificate. This can only work worldwide if the calibration laboratory is given a unique name. It has been shown that additional human-readable information is necessary to be able to assign a calibration laboratory by means of a nomenclature. Which kind of calibration laboratory is it? Is it an NMI, a designated institute, an accredited calibration lab, or a non-accreditation calibration laboratory? The idea is now to use the very successful principle of the identification on the internet, the tree structure of the internet. What is needed? First of all, a root is needed for the tree structure. The root should be an internationally accepted institution. The task of the root is the assignment of the top-level domains. In my opinion, the CIPM or the CIPM Bureau would be an ideal candidate for this task. Then nationally accepted institutions would be required who could be considered as administrators of the top-level domains. The task of these top-level domain administrators is the assignment of domains. In my view, this is a task which should be taken over by the corresponding NMI of the country. If there are several NMIs in a country, only one NMI should take on this task. I would like to explain the task for the domains and subdomains in the following figure. In the following figure, the tree structure is built from left to right for didactic reasons. Let us start with the root. The root is shown here. Then we look for the top-level domains. From the root, responsible partners for the top-level domains are determined for each nation. An NMI should be assigned as this task. Let us now look for the country NN, which does not exist. The NMI of the country NN assigns the domains to the respective NMI. In the same way, the DI was also assigned with domains. Now it is a case of assigning a unique designation to the accredited calibration laboratories of the country. Ideally, the task is performed by the accreditation institution of the country, which has previously been assigned a unique domain by the top-level domain administrator. The accredited calibration laboratories are therefore listed in the subdomain of the accreditation bodies. Thus, the NMIs, the DIs, and the accredited calibration laboratory are provided with a unique identifier. The integration of the non-accredited calibration laboratories into the scheme is missing. Therefore, organizations are needed which perform the corresponding task of assigning subdomains in analogy to the accreditation calibration labs, as you can see here. Let us now look for an example of the structure. I'm showing here the structure of Germany as it could look like. Here again, the root is shown. Then PDB as NMI of Germany has been assigned to the top-level domain DE by the root. The PDB now assigns the corresponding domains to itself and to the designated institutes BAM and UBA, as well as to the accreditation body DAX. A hypothetical domain administrator, let us call him DOMSER, like domain servers, also gets a domain. PDB, BAM, and UBA have thus already received their unique domain structure. The DAX, as accreditation body, is the domain administrator for the accredited calibration labs, now allocates the subdomains. A similar process is already being carried out for analog calibration certificates, as the DAX for its part already allocates a unique identifier. An analogy to this process, the domain administrator DOMSER now provides the non-accredited calibration laboratories with its subdomain. Now we have a mechanism to generate a unique identifier. The calibration lab has a unique name. One task of the calibration laboratory remains to guarantee internally a unique ID for the calibration certificates. Two examples should show how to clarify this. Just look for the PDB. PDB has the name pdb_nmi.de, and the PDB itself enumerates the calibration certificates. Accredited calibration lab, which is shown here, has this unique identifier, this unique name. You can see that it is an accreditation body which creates the subdomain. So this is accreditation lab, and the accreditation lab uses their own enumeration for the calibration certificates, which can be the same as in PDB, but that plays no role.